I remember from the beginning of my MCAT preparation that I would sit down, ready for a study session, and I was stumped as to how to spend my time. The problem was that I had no sense of direction, as I was not setting clear and achievable goals for myself before I started. So how do you do that? So today we'll discuss two things. The first thing we'll discuss is the importance of setting goals and what types of goals you want to set for yourself. The second thing we'll discuss are important mindsets to keep in mind during your studying. It's important to set goals for yourself during your studying because goals give you a sense of direction with your studying. Without setting goals for yourself, you'll end up wasting much of your own time trying to figure out where to begin and where to continue with your studying. So there are two types of goals you want to set for yourself. The first type of goal to set for yourself is an overall goal. For the MCAT, this is your target score. And we at MCAT Mastery have a video on how to set your score goal. Beyond your overall goal, it's also important to set study goals for yourself. These study goals are smaller and more specific goals for your studying. For example, your overall schedule, deciding to study topic X this week and topic Y that week. Or for example, identifying your best study method. You know yourself best, so be honest with yourself about what methods do and don't work for yourself while you're studying, and choose methods that are most effective for yourself. On the opposite of that, identifying potential obstacles and weaknesses in your studying is also important for your study goals. For example, if you know that your phone is a big distractor while you're studying, then turn off your phone before you begin. Or if social media is an area that you fall into, then log out of social media before a study session. Another study goal to set for yourself would be to set mini goals for yourself. For example, finishing topic X by lunch, or chapter Y within the next 2 hours. There are a few important mindsets to keep in mind during your studying. First, be realistic. When you're setting goals for yourself, don't set goals that aren't achievable. For example, if you set a goal to study all the chemistry and physics on the exam over 2 days, it won't be doable. Even if you manage to cover all the material in those sections, you won't have enough time to internalize and practice the material. So set achievable, realistic goals for yourself. Another part of being realistic is to account for breaks. You will need breaks during your studying. It's normal, encouraged, and necessary to take breaks in order to study effectively. Another important mindset to keep in mind is to be patient with yourself. Again, the MCAT, like all else, is a process. You have to be patient with yourself while you're studying for it. Beyond just knowing the content of the exam, you also need to spend time studying the strategy of the exam. Knowing the what isn't enough. The how of the exam is equally important. Don't underestimate this. We, the tutors at MCAT Mastery, have developed content and resources on how to study the strategy of the exam as well. Because without studying the strategy, the content won't help you. I know, you studied all the content on the exam in your courses, but you need to spend time studying the strategy as well. Another important mindset to keep in mind within being patient is not to expect to remember all the information the first time you see it. It'll start to stick as you give yourself time to learn it and practice it and internalize it. Beyond being patient, it's important to be driven. Being realistic and patient doesn't mean not to be driven. So be driven. Push yourself to be the best that you can be. Finally, believe in yourself. Confidence is such an important aspect of studying for the MCAT. You won't be able to do it if you don't believe that you can do it. You've studied other subjects in the past and you know what works best for yourself. So you can do this as well. So to summarize, the first point we talked about was setting goals for yourself. Beyond your overall target score goal, it's also important for you to set smaller study goals for yourself. The second point we discussed is keeping productive mindsets during your studying. Being realistic, being patient, staying driven, and believing in yourself are all important productive mindsets to have. Keeping the productive mindsets is ultimately the key to being productive with your MCAT studying. A good small goal you can set for yourself now is to sign up for our free MCAT strategy emails at the link below. Beyond that, if you need help developing a specific schedule or setting specific study goals for yourself, you can sign up at the link below to work with an MCAT Mastery mentor who can help you set these goals for yourself. Once you set these goals for yourself, staying focused on your goals will help you reach them. Once you figure out exactly what your goals are and how you want to approach your studying for the exam, you'll get in a rhythm. It may not be easy at first, but these goals are achievable. Mastering the MCAT is within reach.